Tales from the KrimKeeper. On today's episode, Bosch Fastwin becomes a fascist. Bosch Fastwin versus Dick Masterson by Johnny Rocket. Fuck the troops? Bosch is gay for the troops? A Ripetard has Dick's docs? Comicsgate Civil War? Well, they probably did put on a few pounds. Israel and Palestine are getting everyone in trouble again, namely Frogan. Frogan is a woman that could be mistaken for Grimace. Also, Frogan is pro-Palestine, a Muslim Twitch streamer, and she wished death and trauma upon American soldiers. That's fair, yeah. You know, because Israel is the 51st state, Frogan was banned from Twitch, and people celebrated. I hope none of those people claim to believe in free speech in the future. Dick Masterson did not celebrate Frogan's ban. He's a comedic podcaster who caused Eric July's meltdown with generous story notes on Eric's dogshit item number 1. I would consider him an honorary member of Comicsgate. Dick is upset at Frogan's ban. It's surreal to see him defend a fat woman. However, he believes in the First Amendment. Its purpose is to criticize and mock the government. Soldiers kill people for the government. Why should they be exempt? He went as far as to say American soldiers are child murderers. He repeatedly called a veteran, who celebrated Frogan's ban and might be in an open marriage, a child killer. Bosch Fastwin was argued by... Bosch Fawstin was argued by Dick's comments. Bosch Fawstin is the creator of Pigman, a comic about a superhero taking on jihadists. The rarest trading card in history. Pigman and Mohammed. You may have noticed the mainstream doesn't have characters like the Punisher going after Hamas rape gangs. Hamas or Muslim rape gangs in the UK. Which is odd considering everyone knows Captain America punched Hitler in the face. Bosch has gone as far as drawing Pigman abusing the Prophet Muhammad. Drawing the Prophet Muhammad? Who's crazy enough to do that? Bush. Okay. You can guess Bosch's opinion on Israel and Palestine. Muslims want him dead. His art is like wearing a short skirt in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, he's upset at Frogan's comments and at Dick for defending them. He made several insulting tweets directed at Dick. Then a fan of Eric July offered Bosch Dick's docs, and Bosch, to his credit, refused. The tweets. This is remarkably fascist shit. You can't say anything bad about the guy's government. You can't say anything bad about the guys the government pays to murder civilians? Oh, okay. Guys the government pays to murder civilians? That's what the Islamic enemy and their bitches call soldiers who kill them. And because the savage is in bed with the guilty innocent civilians, sometimes they also get killed. Oh well, if they use innocents as hostages, then it's totally cool to murder people. Murder? Again, those who start wars? Fuck off. The children whose death you applauded didn't start any war. Sorry, I forgot that American men are often confused the U.S. military with their own penis. If you're a young man, the U.S. military fucking hates you. They want to grind you into fucking dust. Where was I? Okay. If you're a young man, the U.S. military would drag you out of your house at gunpoint and shove you into an industrial meat grinder so Bank of America's share price goes up 1/1,000,000th of a fucking percent. What a dumb fuck, shitting on our soldiers if they have no volition or individual purpose for what they do because the government is corrupt and often betrays them. You know, Obama executed children without trial, who was a U.S. civilian. And that U.S. civilian was executed by a soldier whose blood they can never wash off their hands. And Bosch apparently wants that blood on his hands, too. As a child murderer. Anyway, what a dumb fuck. Shitting on our soldiers if they have no volition or individual purpose for what they do because our government is corrupt and often betrays them. They chose to follow unlawful orders and murder children. They didn't have to. They chose to do that. For Obama. Pieces of shit on here like Dick Masterson shitting on our soldiers if they're indistinguishable from our corrupt government. They aren't. As if those who put their lives on the line for America are the same as those who line their pockets. Fuck you. Justify this. Johnny Rocket posts, according to the available information, Iraqi soldiers during the U.S. invasion ranged from 7,600 to 45,000. However, precise numbers are difficult. The number of civilians killed in Iraq is about 180,000 to 300,000. Someone responds, I mean, who gives a shit? Let's not pretend they could be real about blah, 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 blah. Some random guy. Let's see. What did he say here? I mean, nobody gives a shit, let's not pretend, but at least they could be real about why a bunch of white soldiers are out smoking camel farmers. A quick, our government wants your shit wouldn't go down well, but at least it would be honest. Great idea for a hero. Every bad guy he kills 24 innocent people. For every bad guy he kills 24 innocent people. It's a good ratio. Using human shields as a tactic leads to significant civilian deaths. That is why it is a war crime. Don't shoot at a guy who has a human shield, then. When you fight an enemy that hides among civilian population, a lot of the enemy dead are going to be counted as just a civilian, but the pacifists would never, ever lie to you, would they? But you shitheads only care about war crimes when it helps your narrative. These people are child killers, objectively. They are blowing up hospitals on purpose, whether or not there are military targets there. Obama reclassified everyone he killed as a military target, retroactively. Even the civilians he executed with no trial or due process. The U.S. civilians Obama executed using soldiers who kill children and rape women across the globe. I was military. He's right, though, on current military. The rank and file will follow orders of the new, corrupt and anti-American leaders in office in command of each branch. Sad but true. He's right, trashing them, mocking them, comparing to the scum of the earth. Pathetic for you to agree with him. Do you fall for government propaganda, or just the ones that have cool commercials in the 90s? For America. Oh, you dork. Bosch, what the fuck do you think that means? Every military action since World War II has only helped the military-industrial complex. Volunteering to be a dog of a corrupt, evil state makes you as bad, if not worse, than the state. Yo, they signed up to do the bidding of the corrupt. That's on them. And Bosch with his long-winded nonsense. Terrorists target and mass murder civilians. And now right-wing scumbags like Suck Dick Masterson. What the fuck kind of retard nicknames are these? Jesus fucking Christ. And his butt boys, I guess that's me, accuse our soldiers of murdering civilians, which they did, just as terrorists who hide behind civilians claim. Well, like, they objectively murder civilians outside of the human shields. Like, they slaughter them en masse. They just go around and kill people. I don't know if anyone cares about the Iraq invasion, but I know people who went there, killed people, and just robbed the shit out of locals for no fucking reason because there was no oversight. The soldiers are not good people, and Bosch defending them makes him not a good person. And him defending censorship of the government, he's pretty much a terrorist as far as I'm concerned. And he's using the soldiers as a human shield. So, careful, don't chase away your new CG audience. You're going after EVS's buddies. Careful, know your shit before posting. I know that EVS supports stick and veto and thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread. Going after them at all may not be a good idea with this new CG audience at all. I'm my own man, as is EVS. I don't even know what supports them means. He listens to their shit show. Who's been brainwashed by lying leftists. National Socialism and Nazism, fascism, communism, and socialism are all leftist, collectivist, totalitarian, anti-capitalist ideologies. And they also currently run the military. Never let leftists off the hook for their evil ideologies that have led to millions murdered, such as the U.S. military deciding that they can centrally manage the entire globe. Soldiers did the murdering, by the way. Thank you, Johnny. Bosch. I had to bitch slap Suck Dick Masterson on here after he smeared Americans, so that's just the nickname he's using now. Wow, that's, you really should have workshopped that. Just leftists and Muslims, but the Rip-a-Whore messaged me thinking I would want Isom's address for some reason. So, oh no, I think I would want SDM's address for some reason. Jesus Christ, you can't abbreviate your shitty nickname. Lowlifes all around, left and right. Understand, I just assumed you would want this address, but for some reason, X didn't let me send the envo. Address? Fuck off. He assumed that he wanted the address because Bosch is acting like a censorious terrorist, and he thought he saw a compatriot here, and thought that he could use the same thing to intimidate the people that they didn't like, that they're too scared to go after themselves. Because Bosch is acting like a censorious terrorist, just like the Muslims he tries to speak out against. Because he is one. Daniel, whoever the fuck this is, all of them, every single civilian fucked my wife while I mowed down Iraqi civilians from morning call to prayer. Hold on. All of them, every single civilian fucked my wife while I mowed down innocent civilians from morning call to prayer to sundown. My wife was blowing a full clip of cocks while I was letting loose magazine after magazine of hot lead at Iraqis. And, yeah, that's kind of weird to see a guy who pretended to care about freedom suddenly just, you know, worship the U.S. government, censor people, but, you know, whatever, it happens. But yeah, those are the heroes of our time. Cuckolds and bootlickers, I guess. People who would murder children without question and follow unlawful orders. Fuck Bosch. Fuck the military. Fuck the government. And fuck anyone who thinks you can't speak out against them.